Cool. Let's work this one.
Okay.
250-66. What size ground do you need when you run 5 sets of 3/0 THHN? So go back to chapter 9, table 8, and
Yep.
3/0, and look at your circle mills. What size is your circle mill?
167,800.
167,800. That is correct. Now, what we do is we've got 5 sets of these, right? So you take that and you 167,800. And that's going to equal to get 839,000
Yes.
circle mills. Okay, now that's your circle mills. Now to convert your circle mills back to your KC mills, because that's our chart on 250-66. What we do is we just drop the 3 zeros right here, and the actual size is 839 KC mil. Now let's go back to 250-66.
230.56.
250-66, where we were
Okay.
earlier.
So we got 839.
Right.
So we are between that and that. And it says what size ground do we run? So
Working
it's
it.
either going 2/0 copper or 4/0 aluminum.
Exactly. And since it didn't say anything about aluminum in our question up here, we always assume it's copper unless they tell us it's aluminum. So correct. So it's 2/0. Oops. Copper. 2/0 copper. Sorry, this iPad's real slippery. It doesn't give me the resistance like paper does when you're writing on it. So that's all we do. When they tell you, you take this example, and you can take the number of runs and the size of wire and work it out. All you have to do is find your KC mills, then convert it into circular mills, then multiply it times the amount of runs. So we had 5 runs. And we at one wire, it was 167,800, but we have 5 of them, so we have to multiply it times 5, because we're taking like all the little wires, all these little wires, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we're making them one big wire. So we're taking all these and adding them all up to make this wire right here. So we got that. When we multiplied it 5 times 167,800, we got 839,000 circle mills. Then we dropped the 3 zeros and made it KC mills. So 839 KC mills. We went back to 250-66, looked at our copper size, slid over to the right-hand side to our grounding electrode size, and it was 2/0.
And always assume copper.
Always assume copper unless they tell you aluminum. Always assume copper. That's always. I cannot stress that one big enough.
Gotcha.
Now, you say careful. Be careful, because sometimes they'll come up here and ask this number, whatever this number is, 3/0, or they could say 3/0 aluminum, but then they want your ground to be in copper, if that makes sense. So if Like this right here, it could say aluminum for the 3-aught,
Okay.
but they'll keep asking you in the question about a copper grounding electrode conductor. And that's when you gotta, the first column on the left, you have to go in the aluminum side. And then when you slide to the right in 250.66, you've got to make sure you put it underneath the copper side and not the aluminum side on that.
Okay.
So that's how you use, if you have to figure out how, if the answer isn't right here in 250.66, this is the math you have to do to go if they have a five runs, 11 runs, 12 runs, whatever it is. You just change your multiplier here, say it's 12 runs. So you just do 12 times 3-aught, 4-aught, 6-aught, whatever it is. And you find the circle mills in the back and in chapter 9, table 8.
Yep. Chapter 9, table 8.
That one's that's another table that you're gonna have to know. Just there's a bunch of stuff in there.